Calzaghe talked this week about maybe even going on in the next couple of years to emulate the great Joe Louis. Joe Louis, as he was known over here, Joe Louis in the United States, great heavyweight champion of the 30s and 40s, 25 successful defences he had. And Calzaghe wants to stay around for a couple of years and to keep on winning. He's got to get past this fella first. They've done a pretty good job working on that damaged left eye.
Well, when Calzaghe does this and he stands at range and just puts the punches together like that in little combinations, you know, Bika doesn't have a clue as to what to do.
He's so strong though, he's not been moved, Bika, at any stage.
No, he's full of confidence, John. I watched his ring walk and he had the same look in his face when he was walking to the ring as he does now. Totally impassive, like a poker player.
I'm not here for a holiday, he said. Well, he certainly proved that. Not a man to upset, Sakio Bika. Calzaghe leaning in behind the jab and once again getting dragged into that maul and the head's going in close.
Well, it's the only place that Bika can have any real success is if he's in close.
It's better from Calzaghe, in and out, using his hand speed and mobility.
Yeah, better boxing by Calzaghe now. Finally got his boxing brain on. Doesn't have to get involved with Bika, just keep touching him with that jab, follow through the straight lefts, and then just keep giving the lateral movement. Lovely straight left, good shot by Calzaghe.
It's starting to have the look of a fight which is going to go the distance, this one. The work rate of both men dropping a little here in this 8th round. Certainly not been the virtuoso performance which some might have expected from Calzaghe, but it takes two to tango in boxing, and Bika will be a handful for anybody.
Yeah, he's rough and he's ready, John. And this is where he's most effective, when he's got Calzaghe up close.
Good little flurry of punches inside from Calzaghe, finding their way through to the head of Bika. Made to miss a little bit uncomfortably.
I don't think Bika's landed a glove in this round on Joe.
Last few seconds of the 8th round. The fight now looks as though it is going the way of Joe Calzaghe. They've done a good job on that cut and that bruising around the left eye. And Sakio Bika's cornerman saying, you are not doing what we've told you. You're not throwing right hands. You've got to be first with the right hand to the southpaw stance of Calzaghe. And they were clearly, I think, imploring their man to up his work rate because the fight, they believe, is slipping away.
That's about right, John. He needs some big rounds to turn this one around. It's just Calzaghe's outboxing him over the last couple of rounds.
Enzo Calzaghe warned fans, warned armchair fans as well, that it might not be pretty. The most important thing is to win it. And Calzaghe's found a way past. Good left hand from Calzaghe. He was caught by the counter, but that was more of a stumble than anything else. The power shot in there was the solid left hand from Calzaghe.
Calzaghe's got to be careful. He's trying a 1-2, and then he's just sort of falling in on top of Bika. He's got to be very careful about the heads there.
Yeah, Bika's complaining to the referee now about Joe Calzaghe's use of the head.
Well, it was unintentional after that last little combination.
Certainly not a tea party in there tonight. Oh, Calzaghe caught by a right hand. Bika trying to use his strength to drag Calzaghe once more into a brawl.
Now Bika's corner is saying to him, hit the cut and it'll open up, and that's about right. The little 1-2s, you know, the straight rights that he's trying it right on the cut. That hurt Joe.
Good left hand from Bika, the left hand lead. He turned the glove as he came in and caught Calzaghe, and Calzaghe just for a moment wanted to lean on and buy a moment or two. What a grueling fight this is turning out to be. Sakio Bika is still right in his face, and he's absolutely unmarked, you know.
Calzaghe doing a good job in keeping his chin down, particularly when he pulls out of these close exchanges. But he is in the pound-for-pound category, and you would expect him over the last quarter of this fight now to show why.
Heads going in again from both men. Been a messy brawl of a fight, this one. Calzaghe, I suspect, will say after this that this has been as hard as any fight he's had in his professional career. He's been tagged by that right hand now, and he's caught again, this time by left from Bika. The African having greater success in the 9th round.
He has had to throw caution to the wind, Bika. He needed a round, and he's won this round.
He's certainly won this round, and he's opened up that cut again around the left eye of Calzaghe and beating him to the jab. This is a good round for Bika. Caught Calzaghe in the closing seconds, a right hand right on the bell, and that was a bad round for Calzaghe. That's how we're reading it. Let's find out what Barry McGuigan makes of it.
It was an absolutely bad round. I agree. That's the first round he's lost clearly, Calzaghe. Calzaghe, this is going to be the toughest 9 minutes of his career. He's got to get his act together. I agree with Duke. He lost his composure early on, probably carried away with the moment and got too excited, lost his composure, didn't stick to his boxing. Now he's got to show the heart of a champion, hold his boxing together, box this guy, keep him at range, pick him off and not get caught with any sloppy, untidy punches, because this guy's immensely strong and he's going to come on really strong.
He was caught at the closing stages, and you can hear in the Bika store, in the Bika corner, they're saying he is tired.
Yeah, they love it. They love what they've just seen in that round. You can expect a real big round from Bika now.
You pushed him back that round.
10th round of 12, Calzaghe, we think, is ahead, but Bika is coming on strong. The crowd trying to raise the Welsh champion. Joe, the champ goes up.
Well, he'll need the crowd to lift him now, Calzaghe. I mean, he's winning the fight. I've got him winning the fight quite comfortably, but he just needs to keep his game on.
He's got to box, he's got to stay away from trouble. He can't afford to get dragged into the sort of maul where Bika is at his strongest, and there you see, pulled Calzaghe around. That's not a knockdown, but Calzaghe trying to go toe-to-toe with Bika, and straight away into trouble with the terrifically strong man from Cameroon.
Obviously what Bika lacks in technique, he makes up with just raw aggression. And now he's looking for that honey punch.
Lennox Lewis sitting just a few feet away from where we're commentating. Wonder what the former world heavyweight champion's making of this one. He's reading this fight for HBO, the American network, who are taking this. They've got around about 30 million subscribers around the United States, and this one going free to air in America, so there are millions of people watching Calzaghe in the United States, and they are seeing him have a tough night.
It's getting messy in there, John. Both boxers are guilty of fouling. Bika's been like a caged animal in there, he really has, at times.
Well, the referee didn't say break. Calzaghe's within his rights to do that. Bika didn't like it. And look at this, Bika is angry now. He's the angry man.
Don't get involved, Joe, just pepper him. Show him your class, show him your boxing skills, just touch him with a jab, then follow through.
Calzaghe, a wild-looking right hand. He was almost nailed by a right uppercut counter inside. Mickey Van's had a busy night. What was it? 139th world title fight. Oh, and Calzaghe doesn't want to get drawn into that. Look at Frank Warren in the background shouting at Calzaghe, get your gloves up, protect yourself.
Well, John, it's turned into a free-for-all. You know, because he was like it was almost like he was a prisoner to the ring, so the bell set him free, and now he's just going for it.
Bika trying to bully Calzaghe around, getting the head in close. Calzaghe again allowing his gloves to drop low. This is energy sapping and grueling.
Calzaghe can't afford to take any kind of unnecessary risks. Box, box, box. That's all he has to do to hang on to his championship.
Use your discipline, use a sense of discipline. That's the message. And Calzaghe had another ragged round there. I think he's winning this, but he's having to dig so deep. Look at Frank Warren there.
You everything. You've done everything opposite. Everything opposite.
He is not happy. And here's some of the action again from that round. Calzaghe dragged around by Bika. Just for a moment I thought there was a shot going to go in while he was on the floor. Look at this.
Well, it was like, you know, two gunfighters in the middle of the street just taking shots at one another. They were just going for it.
It's pub car park stuff, that.
Sure.
You should have
some
that long
pubs,
time
I
ago,
should
Joe.
add.
Okay, now guess what? Don't worry about it. You're worried about him. Get the jab working. Bring that uppercut in. Bring that uppercut in.
Into a swinging match.
You've got to keep this in sec. Inside. Space.
The man with nothing to lose has everything to gain, and he's still in there pitching. Enzo Calzaghe is trying to stir Joe to greater things. Calzaghe, we think, is ahead, but Bika is still there, still dangerous, immensely strong. Less than 2 rounds to go. Calzaghe in his 19th title defence.
Calzaghe's right eye's starting to swell up as well now, John.
They're talking about him fighting again in February. I'll tell you what, it'll be a week or two before the bruising heals and the cut heals. Look at that again, the heads clash inside.
This guy's still in there, John. He's still physically just as strong in this round as he was in the first. But it's good to see him start sort of showing out to the referee the distress signals.
Calzaghe now just needs to work away behind the jab and try and stick to his boxing. Easier said than done, though, as it has been throughout. The man who has the ring nickname the Scorpion, Sakio Bika, not because of his stinging punches, but because he was actually bitten by a scorpion when he was 12, and it almost cost him his life. And thereafter, that was his nickname. The Scorpion is still in there and is still dangerous.
As Calzaghe wants to hold on now, he's got to be tired, John. It's been as physical fight as he could ever have won. And every time he gets close to Bika, he has to hang on to him, because that's where Bika's so dangerous. Joe should pepper him, just try and pepper him with a jab. Pick the jab, shoot the left hand straight down the middle.
Well, it's almost too late now for any sort of change of tactics. We've seen how the fight is. Calzaghe going back to work with the jab, trying to stick to his boxing skills. But we just know that at some stage, once again, he's going to get dragged into the maul and the brawl. Heads again.
There he comes again.
Bika coming, boring forward, catches Calzaghe once more with a right hand.
Oh, this guy's a nightmare to fight, John. He's like an octopus, his arms are everywhere. He uses everything he's got. I mean, you'd expect that in World Championship boxing.
Be interesting to hear what the two corners have got to say at the end of this round. Heads once again. And Calzaghe protesting to the referee, but it's his head, it's in the face of Bika this time, and I think it'll be Calzaghe who gets the ticking off. It is indeed. Last few seconds of the 11th round. There you are. Calzaghe caught right on the bell by a right uppercut. Close round, that one. Grueling fight this has been. Let's go to the corners and hear what's being said.
Breathe, this is the last round. Breathe. Listen, son. Breathe. Listen. Pull that short. Suck it in. Pull me up. Pull the shorts out. Listen. This is it.